A seismic shift is shaking up southern New England's TV news landscape. Sinclair Broadcast Group, the corporate giant behind WJAR, NBC10, has officially taken control of ABC6's assets, WLNE, sparking a wave of uncertainty for longtime local journalists. But here's where it gets controversial. While Sinclair promises to deliver distinctive content, two beloved on-air staples, meteorologist Kelly Bates and sports anchor Nick Coit, are now job hunting. What does this mean for local news? And is this just the tip of the iceberg for community-driven broadcasting? Let's unpack the drama, the deals, and the questions no one's asking out loud. Hashtag, the corporate shuffle. What actually happened? Sinclair's acquisition of WLNE's non-licensed assets from Standard Media isn't just a paperwork swap. It's a strategic move with far-reaching consequences. The company didn't buy the station outright, but instead inked a JSA-SSA agreement. If those acronyms sound confusing, here's the breakdown. A joint sales agreement, JSA, lets Sinclair handle ad sales for WLNE, while a shared service agreement, SSA, means behind-the-scenes operations like engineering and production will now be shared between WLNE and Sinclair's existing WJAR station. On the surface, it's about efficiency. But critics argue these deals are a loophole to bypass FCC ownership rules that normally block mergers between major networks like ABC and NBC. So, is Sinclair just playing by the rules or bending them? Your thoughts in the comments. The human cost, farewells and fallout. For Kelly Bates and Nick Coit, the takeover isn't just a business story, it's a personal one. Bates, a Rhode Island Monthly voted top meteorologist, shared a raw Facebook video announcing her exit. Our station was just bought by the station I worked for previously. And that parent company has decided I'm a redundancy and needed to go. This isn't her first rodeo with corporate shakeups. She left NBC10 in 2021 after a contract dispute. Now she's back to square one, joking about her resume's new headline, effective communicator, DIY bracelet maker, and all-around hard worker. Coit's farewell was equally bittersweet. With 11 years at ABC6 under his belt, he reflected on covering Super Bowls and World Series, mentoring young talent, and falling in love with Rhode Island's communities. Life here continues to be wonderful, he wrote, hinting that he'll stay in the area for his radio show and Brown University sports broadcasts. But the question remains, how many more local faces will vanish as media companies consolidate power? The bigger picture, local news in peril. Sinclair spokesperson Jessica Bellucci insists the company is committed to producing distinctive content that strengthens the connection to local communities. Yet the departure of two key anchors raises eyebrows. When a station loses its most recognizable faces, does it also lose its soul? And what about the FCC's role? While the agency prohibits mergers between ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC, JSAs and SSAs technically sidestep these rules. Is this just a clever workaround? Or are regulators asleep at the wheel? What's next for viewers? Here's the silver lining. ABC6's lineup of shows like Dancing with the Stars and The Golden Bachelor will remain untouched. But the real test is whether Sinclair can replicate the local flavor that made WLNE a household name. Will the new regime prioritize community stories or lean into national syndicated content to cut costs? And if you're a fan of Kelly or Nick, will their replacements ever feel as authentic? Your turn to weigh in. This isn't just a story about TV stations. It's a microcosm of a broader debate. Can corporate-owned media still serve local communities, or is the era of hometown journalism over? We want to hear from you. Do you think Sinclair's move is a smart business strategy or a betrayal of local news? Drop your thoughts below. And if you're in the market for a meteorologist who's also a DIY bracelet pro, well, Kelly's resume is out there somewhere.